Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if today is your first time on this channel, you are welcome. Please kindly subscribe to my channel. So today we'll be doing a quick tutorial on how to cut a fitted tube bustier. Okay, so what I have here is a basic bodice. This is the front pattern and this is the back pattern. If you don't know how to draft your basic bodice, I have a detailed video on that. Okay, so I'll leave the link in the description box below. So let me just go over what I have here. So here is my from shoulder to the chest line. The formula is bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. Okay, everything I'm saying here has been said, well detailed in my beginners how to draft your basic bodice pattern. Okay, so please check that out. Okay, so from here shoulder to this tube top, or yeah, the tube top will be stopping around after the waistline. Okay, so she wants it a crop top, so the length is 19 inches from shoulder to my waist, from shoulder to under bust, from shoulder to my nipple point, from shoulder to my chest line. And this is my shoulder measurement. This is a dartless bodice. So likewise to this, I've added the darts here and I've tightened my back. You know, our back is not straight, so I've tightened my back. Everything is well detailed in the basic bodice pattern. So these red lines indicate this is the shoulder to waist. Remember, your front waist and your back waist is not the same, okay, because of the boobs. Knowing this is a trick to help you, or is a tip to help you prevent zip bulge. Okay, so if you want to prevent zip bulge, just make sure you measure from your shoulder to the back, from the back, and you do the same for the front. So shoulder to waist for the front is 16 and a half, while my back is 14 and a half. So you see it's 2 inches difference. So because of that, it will affect the length of the tube top at the back. Okay, so you just deduct 2 inches from the length of the front. I hope we understand. Okay, so the length from shoulder to the front length is 19, so you just deduct 2 inches. That's the difference between your front and your waist measurement. Okay, that is 2 inches. So how you would make this to tally is from the bust that we are going to be removing from the front measurement. Okay, so let's get started. If you want a detailed video on how to do this, just click the link in the description box below. So for our tube top, I'm going to be using -6 inches. So I'll just run 6 inches from shoulder to 6 inches. So my front will be 6 inches for the tube top. Okay, because I wouldn't want to reveal too much cleavage. Okay, so for my shoulder dart, whatever I have remaining from my shoulder measurement after removing my neckline, I'm going to divide that into 2. So I have 5 here, so the middle is 2.5. So I'll connect that straight to my nipple point. That is shoulder to the bust apex or bust point. If you don't know how to calculate your neck depth or your neck width, all the measurements and formulas has been given in the basic bodice video. Please try and watch that. So after drawing this line, okay, so I'm going to come up by ½ inch up here, ½ inch here. Now I'm trying to contour my bust. Okay, I'm trying to bring out the bustier shape. So ½ inch up, ½ inch down. Hope we are getting that. Remember, this is where the tube is going to end. Okay, so this is my waist, this is my under bust, and this is my waist. So on my under bust, I'm going to be taking 1 inch. Okay, So 1 inch from under bust, 1 inch from waist, 1 inch down. Okay, this is for a smaller bust. For a bigger bust, you can take 1 inch towards the center front side, and you can take 2 inches here. Okay, so I'll connect them with a straight ruler. Okay, you can see I've taken out my dart. So to connect this from this point, now I'll connect it to this ½ inch I came down from the bust point. The reason for this half inch is so that you won't connect everything straight on the bust point, so to avoid sharp edges. Okay, so with my curved ruler, I'm going to connect from this point to this ½ inch here. So you contour it. Okay, now you do the same for this side. Now here I'm going to take my 1 inch also. You can use a straight line or you can use your curve. So let me try using a straight line. I like the straight line more. Okay, so you just contour. So now you've contoured this point. So I'm going to be coming down by 1 inch. You can come down by 1 inch, you can come down by 2 inches. It depends on what you want. So let me just do 2 inches. Okay, for my sweetheart neckline. So this is it. Now another thing you will note is that I'm going to this center front side, I'm going to be raising it up by ½ inch. Okay, this is to, because when you close these two darts together, this place tends to be always longer. I don't know why. It tends to be longer than the other side. So it happens. It's not a new thing. Okay, it happens. So I want this place to be more curvy. Yes, like this. Okay, so from this part now, I'm going to curve it down to my armhole. Okay, I'm just going to follow it down to my armhole. Now this is it. But remember, we've not, all these darts that we took out, now we're going to be replacing them by the side here. Okay, so we took out 2 inches, 2 inches. So whatever you take out, you replace, so that your measurements won't be short. And remember, this pattern does not have it doesn't have allowance yet. So I'll replace those 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches. So guys, I'm done replacing this. This is not your sewing allowance, please. This is for the darts, the dart allowance that we're going to take out. This is for it here. Okay, so let's go over to the back. So the back is going to follow the chest line. Okay, you know tube doesn't have hand, so we don't need this upper part. So you can decide to leave your back straight like this, or you can come down by 1 inch. So I'll come down, but you can come down 1 inch or ½ inch and just connect it. Okay, 1 inch, ½ inch, and just connect it back to let me use a straight ruler. Okay, so you just connect it back to the bust line. Then I want to tightening this place to avoid gaping, so I'm going to, you can use 1/4 inch on both sides, or you can use half inch on both sides. So I'm going to be using half inch on both sides. So this my dart line, now I'm going to connect it up. Okay, this is for tightening so that the back will be firm. Okay, for those that will ask me, won't it affect it? It will not affect it, because you know two top is supposed to be very clinging at the body. And remember, you're still going to be adding your sewing allowance. Okay, so I'll add my sewing allowance. You can add to 2 inches or 2.5 inches to be on a safer side. It depends on your finishing, how you do your finishing. Okay, so I would like to add 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches. Okay, so it totally depends on you. Sewing allowance. So this is my sewing allowance. Remember, this place you're cutting it off. You're cutting this place off, and you're cutting this place off. So you add your sewing allowance for joining these two darts together, and you also add your sewing allowance in between these places and on top of your two tops. So I'm going to cut this out now, because seeing it like this, I know you're a bit confused, but if you follow me, I tell you, you're going to get it. So I'm going to cut it out now, and I will show you what we have. Remember, I didn't add sewing allowance to this front pattern because what I have here won't be enough. Okay, you see, what I have here will not be enough, so that's why I left it like that. I'll add it to my fabric. So let me cut out. So guys, before I cut out, please, very important, I forgot our bust dart. So for the bust dart, all you do is to come back by the difference between your front and your waist measurement, between your front waist and your back waist measurement. So my front waist measurement is 16.5, and my back waist measurement is 14.5. so the difference is 2 inches. So from this bust line here, from your shoulder to bust point line, you're coming down by 2 inches. Okay, so you mark it straight up to this point. So now if you close this, if you eliminate this, the two sides will match perfectly, and your front length will remain 19, your back length will remain 17. Okay, the two fronts will match perfectly, just the sides that will shorten. Okay, so guys, this is what we have. For this is the center front. Remember to add your 1/2 inch sewing allowance. Okay, and this is the back, and remember this side there is no allowance, and I left this bust dart for us to close it together. So this is the back too. This is the back, and this is the dart we took out. Okay, so you don't need that, and this is it. Remember to add your zipper. Okay, so this is how it's going to be. So see now, the front and the back is not matching by the side. That's because we've not closed the bust dart. So I'm going to close the bust dart now. All you need to do is you can either cut it off or just fold it in, whichever way. So you can cut it off or close it in. So you can either cut it off or use pin to hold it, as I have done. Now let us match the front and the back to see. Can you see that? You can see it is matching perfectly. Okay, so the front remains 19, while the back will just remain 2 inches difference, and this will help you to eliminate any zip bulge. Okay, so I'm going to go now to transfer all this to my fabric and put my interfacing tool on it. Okay, so I'll go now, transfer them to the fabric, iron on interfacing and both the padding, and I'll just get back to us. So guys, I'm done transferring it to my fabric. As you can see, I used interfacing. I used hair stay for the main fabric and pepper stay for the lining. Okay, so and I also put my wadding half. It stops at the underbust, and I exempted the sewing allowance. Okay, so I'll go now to join them together. So the center front, this is the center front. I'll join this to this, and I will equally join this. I'll equally join this to this together. Okay, I'll do the same for the lining, and I'll do the same for the back. As you can see, the back. So I'll do the same for the back. So I'll go now to join them, and I will show us after ironing it out, lining to lining, fabric to fabric. I'll join them, line them, notch the necessary parts, and I will get back to us. Hi guys, so I'm done joining the parts. Okay, I'm done coupling it, as you can see, and I ironed it out, and this is the back, and this is my zipper allowance. So I'm going to be adding my zipper. I'm going to be adding my zipper here at the back, and I will join the front and the back together, and I will show us what it looks like on the mannequin. Okay, so there is this tip I want us to notice. As you can see, okay, I didn't top stitch the inside, okay, but it's still laying flat, like the lining is not coming out in the front. So what did I do? All I did was to use my hemming gum. Okay, use my hemming gum to put inside while I was ironing, so it made the two the lining and the main fabric to stick together. That way the lining is not coming out. Okay, I don't like top stitching my necklines. I don't like seeing it. Okay, so this is the one that works for me. And for the base of my this is a crop top. I did my lining shorter. Okay, I made my lining shorter by 1 inch for against the main fabric. So the main fabric is longer than the lining by 1 inch. Okay, so that I can have this turn up. You can see the turn up. So when you open the dress, or when you open the top, you're seeing the main fabric first before the lining continues. Okay, so, and please iron well. Okay, iron well. So I'm going to join the front and the back now, and I'll put my zip, and I'll show us what we've made on the mannequin. So guys, this is our bustier, our two bustier, the crop top. Okay, so I pinned it at the back because it's not the same measurement with my mannequin. Okay, but you can see how the cup came out. You can see the cup is sitting pretty, very beautiful. So once you do the pattern right, your cup is going to sit right. Okay, so this is a short skirt that goes with the bustier. If you don't know how to cut your skirt, I have a video tutorial on that. I'll leave the link in the description box below. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see us in my next video. Okay, bye.